Hello everyone, welcome to another learning episode here in Winter's channel. This video is about contemporary art forms and practices in the Philippines that focuses on architecture, design, and allied arts and visual arts. Module number 1. Architecture, designs, and allied arts. The architecture of the Philippines reflects the historical and cultural traditions in the country. Most prominent historic structures in the archipelago are influenced by Austronesian, Chinese, Spanish, and American architectures. During 333 years of Spanish colonialization, the Philippine architecture was dominated by the Spanish influences. The Augustinian friars, along with other religious orders, built many grand churches and cathedrals all over the Philippine Islands. During this period, the traditional Filipino bahay na bato style for the large houses emerged. These were large houses built of stone and wood combining Filipino, Spanish, and Chinese style elements. After the Philippines was ceded to the United States of America as a consequence of the Spanish-American War in 1898, the architecture of the Philippines was dominated by American aesthetics. In this period, the plan for the modern city of Manila was designed, with many neoclassical architecture and Art Deco buildings by famous American and Filipino architects. During World War II, large portions of Intramuros and Manila were destroyed. Many heritage districts in the provinces were burned down by the Japanese before the end of the war. In the reconstruction period after the Second World War, many of the destroyed buildings were rebuilt. However, a majority of heritage structures, especially in the provinces, were lost and never rebuilt. Most of the structures that were lost are considered a focal properties of former heritage. In the late 20th century, modern architecture with straight lines and functional aspects was introduced, particularly in the brutalist architecture that characterized government-built structures done in the Marcos period. During this period, many of the older structures fell into decay due to the imposition of martial law. After the return of democracy in 1986, the new age of Philippine architecture came into focus through modernism. Early in the 21st century, a revival of the respect for the traditional Filipino elements in the architecture, visual arts. The Philippines is home to a long and rich history of excellence in visual arts. This tradition started as early as the 19th century with Damian Domingo, also known as the father of Filipino painting, who was the first Filipino to paint a self-portrait. He was followed by great artists such as Juan Luna, who painted the world-renowned Spoliarium, and Fabian de la Rosa, uncle and mentor to Fernando Amorsol. Mastery of the visual arts has been passed down through decades, and the Philippine government has sought to reward that through Order of National Artists. The Order of the National Artist, also known as Orden ng mga Pambansang Alagad ng Sining, is the highest national recognition given to Filipinos who have made significant contributions to the growth and development of arts in the Philippines. Jointly administered by the National Commission for Culture and the Arts, or NCCA, and the Cultural Center of the Philippines, or CCP, it's an honor conferred by the President of the Republic based on recommendations by both institutions. Famous visual arts in the Philippines. Juan Luna, Spoliarium in the year 1884. Fernando Amorsolo, 1892 to 1987, planting rice. Carlos Botong Francisco, 1912 to 1969, Bayanihan. Vicente Manansala, 1910 to 1981, Magsasaka. Victorio Idades, 1895 to 1985, Interaction. Guillermo Tolentino, 1890 to 1976, Bonifacio Monument. Napoleon Abueva, 1930 to 2018, 9 Muses. I hope you learned something from this video. If you like the video, please don't forget to subscribe for more updates. Thank you very much.
Alright.